Hey, good morning. Paul McGinnis here. So glad to be with you. Thanks for checking out these videos. And you can find more like this. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel or check out drpaulmcginnis.com. We're going into the book of Luke. And if you've been following these daily walk videos, we've kind of taken some thoughts through the book of Matthew, the book of Mark. Today we're in Luke chapter 1. And before I get to the verse that I just want to highlight, just look at all the enormous things going on in this chapter. Like it's just epic. Like stuff going on from the 30,000 foot view. There's these ancient prophecies happening, and there's an angel showing up and giving these messages to Mary and to others. And there's a promise of an immaculate conception, right? Mary being a virgin and yet still being able to bear the Son of God. There's this talk of global salvation. Like everything that's happening in Luke chapter 1 is just huge, like historical and global and just bigger than time. And it's way more than Mary can control. It's way more than she can comprehend. And before I get to the verse, I just wonder if there are some things like that facing you. And if you're anything like me, I know that there are. Right there, there's a global pandemic right now. There's all sorts of unrest here in the U.S. around race relations, around an election, around the next powers that'll be ruling our country and influencing the world. There are some global things happening. There's way more going on than we can comprehend, way more than we can control. And yet, look at how Mary responds to a similar situation. She says this. This is Luke chapter 1, verse 38. "I am the Lord's servant," Mary answered. "May your word to me be fulfilled." That's it, right? She doesn't try to fight it. She doesn't try to figure it out. She just agrees to follow. And I want that to be our stance as well. Don't try to fight what's going on around us. Don't try to figure out what God is doing. But follow God's lead. Follow His path. Follow the next step that He has for you. Right? This angel shows up to Mary, and the angel doesn't explain everything, but he does explain what Mary should do next. And sometimes that's all we have. God doesn't explain the whole story or all the steps that are coming. We can't comprehend or control what's going on. But don't try to fight what God's doing. Don't try to figure out what God's doing. Simply decide today, like Mary, God, I'm your servant. May it be to me as you have said. I'm going to follow and take my next step. I hope that you'll do that today. I'd love to help if I can in any way. So let's continue this conversation at drpaulmcginnis.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you again soon.